feel like today I want to talk about open relationships. Would you feel comfortable about talking about open relationships? Have you ever been in an open relationship?
I have. I was in an open relationship for 3 years.
So how was that? Because I know you haven't been with the man, so it must have been with the women, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure I know a little bit about you already. So I know you haven't been with the man for 15 years. So I'm pretty sure your open relationship was with the woman.
Yes.
And when did you meet her? When did it start? Is this the only relationship you had an open relationship with, or was it with multiple women?
That was my first and only open relationship that I've been in.
Okay. And this is a recent one, a past one?
A past one. This was like, I think when I was like 25.
Okay.
That's when we ended. I was like 25. I met her when I was like 16 or 17. Almost dated, but we didn't. I ended
Okay.
up being with somebody else for like 6 years. And then after that, me and her rekindled our friendship, but I wasn't ready to be in a relationship. So we were kind of in an open situationship. She ended up asking me to be her girlfriend, but I still wasn't ready, and kind of neither was she, but she wanted me to be her girlfriend, so we just had decided to be in an open relationship. I don't feel like it's a good idea. It was good for us, and it went great the entire time until we tried to be closed and try to be more serious.
And when you mean
That's when
close,
we
is that like
struggled.
moving in together, like being more?
Me and her never lived together.
Oh, okay.
We were together for 3 years and we never lived together at all. But the last,
Do you
like,
think that's the reason why you had an open relationship?
no. I feel like even if we lived together, we probably would have
Oh, okay.
still. I had my own place at the time. She lived with somebody, but I had my own place at the time, but we kind of like took things slow, but
Okay, now tell me something about how did the open relationship start? Did it start from the get-go,
yes.
or right away you said, "Look, I'm gonna date you, but I'm dating other people too," or "I'm gonna date you, I'm gonna see other people too, but me and you are official." Like, how did it go? Or did you wait a little bit and be like, "You know what? I think we need to start seeing people, but I still love you."
We were like friends with benefits in the beginning, like a whole situationship. But then she wanted me to be her girlfriend, but I knew I wasn't ready because I had just got out of a 6 year relationship. We had just decided the day she asked me to be her girlfriend, we just decided to be in an open relationship. So we were very more like we'd go out, but we'd act like we were single. But we'd go home together. Sometimes we go home with other people, either together or separately. It worked for us perfectly the
That's
entire time. But once we tried to close our open relationship, it was like we would still do stuff, but behind each other's back at that point.
what's the reason why you wanted to close it? Because you guys started feeling like, okay, I'm getting jealous. Like I don't
I
want this.
wanted to close it.
It was getting too out of hand.
I think we were talking for like 6 to 8 months before she asked me to be her girlfriend. We were together for 2 years. And then after the last year, I was ready to settle down. I wanted to settle down. I didn't want to be in an open relationship anymore. She was too, but then we both started to struggle in an open relationship. So now instead of being open, we were like close, but we just started keeping secrets from each other. Like when I would go out, I was so used to being in an open relationship that I did what I want and I would get scared to tell her. And then she got to that point too where she was doing what she wanted, but then she got scared to tell me. So I don't recommend open relationships because once you try to close it,
Nah,
I
it's
think
because it's
it's
already
done.
open. Once
It's
that,
done.
it's simple. Once the door is open, it's hard to close it. That's
Yeah,
why you try not to open those kind of doors.
it was
So probably what everybody wants to know is what ended the relationship.
because we
Was
were,
it that?
yeah, because we were in an open relationship, so we didn't know how to close it. Um, Obviously, it would have continued. It like I feel like we either had to accept the fact that we can only be open, or we had to break up because we both kept catching each other. Like we would both do shit, but we would catch each other doing it and then we would get mad. But it wasn't a jealousy thing. Like we were never jealous over each other. I think it was like we were just so open to being open with each other that when we weren't, it was about the lying and the keeping the secret. Like, I'm not gonna get mad at you, just tell me. That's where we were. So there was just no way we would ever be able to close it because we still because we still kept wanting to do what we want to do, even though I was the one that wanted to close it.
And what
Um,
was the day? Tell me the day of the end. I want to know about that day. What
I'll
made it the
never forget.
last straw?
I'll never forget that day.
You'll never forget that day. This is the one we
No.
want to know. This is the juice.
So when we closed the relationship in the beginning, we were both having a hard time. Then me, I completely shut it down. I stopped what I was doing, and I had thought, I think for like 6 months, we both thought we were done for a good 6 months. But then I remember it was Halloween night. She was about to come over. I was with my brother, and I was on live. And this girl came on my live, and it was probably like the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me. But I know she's somebody that my girlfriend at the time used to talk to during our open relationship.
Okay.
And
At the time when it was okay.
yeah,
Okay.
she got on the live, and my girlfriend at the time was already on her way to my house. So and I'm on live this entire time with my brother because we were getting ready because it was Halloween night. And she comes in to my apartment, and she gets on my live, she's saying hi to everybody, and that girl ends up saying hi to her or whatever. But she brings up that they were together the week prior. And I remember being on live, and I looked at her and I was like, what? Like, why didn't you tell me? And then she was like, she tried to deny it on live, but the girl had put her on blast. And my sister was on there. I had close friends
Damn. So
that were on there.
everybody's
I
seen
think
it.
there was a good amount of people on there.
Everybody's
And
seen it.
she put her on blast saying details on the live. And like how they had slept together,
Oh,
and
she wrote that too?
yeah, because she tried to deny it. So that girl got mad and was like, "What the fuck?" She said something and was, "Oh yeah, that's why you were fucking me the week prior." And I was like, "What?" Like I was confused because mind you, we didn't live together or anything. We would have days where we would like get our space and like we'd be together, like whatever. And I was like, "What?" It was so embarrassing. I remember getting off live and confronting her about it, and she denied the entire thing. I already knew her. I already knew she was lying to me. And then I hit up the girl. I'm like, "Hey babe, can you send me proof?"
Damn. She
And
had proof.
she sent me all the proof.
What was it, like text
She
messages,
sent
videos?
me
Don't tell me
she
videos
sent me a video
of
of
them
my girlfriend at the time,
doing what? You gotta be kidding me.
and I was like, "What the hell?" And then she sent me text messages of the day of the meetup or whatever.
Oh, she wasn't playing. She was like, don't you deny me.
Yeah. And then I just told her, I was like, "Okay, babe, thank you. I appreciate it." And then that's the night I ended it. And it was funny because we had these friends that I met them through her, through my ex-girlfriend. We had their Halloween party to go to.
Okay.
And I said, "Well, I'm going. You're going, so let's go. We could go together, but I'm telling you we're not together anymore. Like we're not." But we still went that night for our friends, and then we weren't together anymore, but we had just remained friends after that. I think it was easier for us to be friends because we were always in an open relationship, but I just ended the relationship entirely after that. So no, I don't recommend open relationships. It's literally going to get you nowhere. Once you allow somebody else in the relationship or multiple people, it's not going to work.
Yeah, no.
It's not going to work.
As men, we always think, oh, this is cool. We want an open relationship. But damn well sure we only want to do it, but we don't want to see our woman do it.
Mm-mm.
Hell no. I'm not going to stick around and be like, oh, yeah, babe, where you going? You going out tonight? Okay, cool. No, sorry to say. Heck no. We're not doing that.
I feel like unless you're willing to be in a whole throuple, it's just not going to work. I would never do that again. It wouldn't work. I'd be just wasting my time.
Do you regret the experience?
It was fun. It
I
was a
bet you
really
I
fun
bet you it
experience.
probably was, especially if did you know in your head that this wouldn't last? Or did you think that, oh, this could last? This is something I like to do forever. This is somebody I could see myself with, or you knew?
I knew it wasn't going to last.
Yeah, that's what I would figure too. Because if I was doing that with somebody, I would be like, oh yeah, we can do it, but it's not gonna last.
Yeah, no, I knew it wasn't going to. What is your take on open relationships?
All right, my take on open
Have
relationships.
you ever been in one?
I never been in one.
Would you ever be in one?
I wouldn't be in one because I can't stick around and watch my woman go out with another man. It's
But what if
just
it was another girl?
even with another girl, she better invite me with her.
You see?
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, I don't know what to say because
so
I
you
can't.
would be okay with it.
No, if I just can't see her with another man. But if she was with another woman and we was to do it together and we talked about it, it's a chance I might say, let's do it. But I really love my woman to myself. Like, who's mine is mine. Like, I want to cherish and only cherish that one woman. A man that values his woman couldn't let his woman go out there like that with another man, with another woman, because he values his woman too much and He doesn't want to feel a certain way when he's going to kiss her, when he's going to hug her, when he's going to take her out, when he wants to treat her. He wants to know 100% that that's all his. Like we want to dominate what's ours.
So, hear me out. What if you had a woman, right? You had a girlfriend, and she came to you and said, I want to be in an open relationship. I want to go experience with girls, and you can go experience with girls too. What if it was just a girl situation separate and together? How would you feel about that?
I would tell her, don't open that door. Why would we open that door? Because
Good answer.
um, I'm a man, and why throw me out there with other females to just even give me temptation or feelings that can change my feelings of the way I feel about the woman I'm with?
So, how do you feel about a threesome?
Like that. See, a threesome is something that I never have, I never experienced yet. And this is the honest truth. People's like probably gonna be like, whoa, he hasn't experienced. Honest truth, I haven't. And it's something I'm willing to experience, but it's not something I'm willing to carry on like daily. You get me? Weekly. It's something I'm willing to experience.
Like one time.
One time here and there. If my wife wants that, if my girlfriend wants that, if she likes that, I don't mind that. You get me? But I just don't want her to love that. You get me? Like if she just wanted to do it, like let's just spark the day up or something. But for her to want it and love it, I'm putting a stop to it.
What if she wanted another guy?
Never.
What's the difference?
It's a big difference
So why would you allow your wife experience with another girl to
because
please
it's not.
you, but you won't let her with another guy?
I wouldn't do that to her unless she was wanted to. Like she would have to be that way. She would have to say, "I swing both ways." I wouldn't tell her to do something she doesn't do. This will be her choice more than my choice.
Do you feel like when having a threesome, do you feel like right after you guys are finished that the girl should go home? Or do you feel like
Oh
she should
shit.
spend the night?
See, I never experienced that. So me to answer that, she need to go home. I think she need to go home. She could probably stay a little bit rest or whatever, but I don't because and then she could get comfortable. And we don't want to bring comfortability into her life because it was just a fling, unless it was something we're gonna maintain.
I definitely feel like she has to go home.
If it was in your situation, like right away, she would have to go home. If you was doing a
If
threesome,
I'm in a relationship and we are having a threesome, she needs to go home right after because I'll tell her, you need to go home
yeah,
now.
that's how I feel too. But I wouldn't feel like I wanted to. I would feel like I would expect her to go home.
Do you feel like a woman should be the one to tell her to go home, or do you feel like
Oh
you,
yeah,
the
her,
woman?
yes. It benefited me too. But if you would have said no, it would never happen. So you have the last say on that to happen.
I disagree. I feel like the man, because he's the leader, he should be the one to let the girl know she has to go, even if she brought her in. That's my
That's no,
opinion.
that's true. I respect that 100% because I would love to do that. But
Because I would love to see my man be like, "Hey, hey, babe, I'm
hey,
sorry, you gotta go. I gotta sleep with my wife. Sorry, babe, you gotta go." And then I'm gonna sit there like,
maybe that's true. Maybe I should do that. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm kind of a little like, damn, I just slept with her. We all slept together. I don't want to boot her out that quick. But
you
trust
shouldn't
me,
be afraid to hurt another girl's feelings for your
damn,
partner.
that is true. That is 100% true.
You should be able to hurt anybody's feelings.
I never thought of it like that. I'm gonna
I-
get the like, baby, don't worry. My bad. She's leaving right now.
That's how I felt. So who would you start with and who would you finish with if you had that threesome with your girlfriend or your wife, your girlfriend with another girl?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, I always thought about that. For sure, for sure. I'm starting with my wife or my girlfriend, and I'm finishing with her. Like I would not come with the other girl. Like we're not finishing together. We're gonna have a good time.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie about that.
Hmm.
But we're not gonna. She's not gonna get the last of me or the beginning of me. I'm gonna make my girl feel more valuable in bed at all times. And when I feel like she's not, I will make sure she is.
Would you give the other girl head?
That is a question I always told myself. I would only do it is like this. It's weird because I think about it. I would do it while she's doing it
Hmm.
because that turns me on. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like if I was like, move over, babe. I know that's woo. Oh shit, this is getting deep. But hold on.
In that threesome, are you wearing a condom or no condom?
So I don't wear a condom with my wife, right? To be honest, it's gonna be back and forth of taking it off and on. So I'm not playing that. I just know that I wouldn't have a threesome unless it was the right person to have the threesome with.
To where you can
Well, we could all be
raw.
putting it on is just it's gonna be I don't know how that will be. And I never been in it, so it's a question still like something I don't know. And I know in my head what I want to do, what I will want to do. Somebody as fresh as my girl, as good as my girl. And if she's not, then why would I even try? You get
You wouldn't be scared to get the other girl pregnant. But I agree with you about the whole condom thing because like that doesn't make sense. Put one on, put one off. If you're gonna eat her out, and your wife's gonna eat her out. You might as well just fuck her raw at that point. But I was just asking about the whole pregnancy thing because a guy can get a girl pregnant fucking her raw like that would. So, have you ever been married before?
I've never been married.
Do you want to be a husband one day?
Oh, of course.
What do you feel like is a husband's job?
Oh, husband's job is to be a leader, be a protector, and show his woman that she's valuable. No other woman is more higher than she is. Like in bed, out on the streets, in the car, watching TV. You got to remind your woman, your wife, how beautiful she is, how amazing she is, how much hard work she's been doing, and you got to acknowledge it. And you got to be a great listener. And you got to take in consideration their feelings. Something that I'm learning that I never take in consideration is other women's feelings when they're hurt. I try to find a way to feel like, no, I'm hurt too. And that's something I'm learning to be a better man so I could be a better husband.
So, do you feel like when you're in a relationship with a woman, you guys move in together, right? Whose job is it, do you feel like it's to provide? Do you think it should be 50-50? Do you think the man should provide? Because there's a lot of people who say, oh, it should be 50-50, or no, the man should provide. What do you feel like as a man that is your job? Do you feel like it should be 50-50, or do you feel like you should be the provider?
This is how I take it, and this is a taking it. You could be rich, you could be poor. This is to anybody how I take it in life because I've been in both. I've been where I didn't have no money. I've been where I had money. So in my case, it's like I feel like if I have it and you don't, I'm gonna help you get it too. But at the moment, I'm gonna be paying everything. I have it, you don't.
As
But
the provider.
if she has it and I don't, and I can afford things, but she can afford more things, then I would expect her to keep us going, not let us fall until I can get there where I can provide for both of us. I believe a man should always do it, but I believe if a man's not there yet and she's already there, she should help him get there and let him take over. All right, we're gonna stop right there. You can ask me another question, but I want to know what it is. What do you feel about that? What is your take on that? I just got to know. As I was answering, I was thinking like, what is a woman's take on that? What do you feel on that?
I feel like a man's job as a husband is to lead, protect, and provide. I feel like that's their job as a husband. I feel like when you're in a relationship with somebody, it should always be 50-50. And I say that because a lot of relationships start out younger, or even if it's not too young, when you're first starting out with somebody, or even like if you guys are together for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and that man is still not your husband, it should always be a 50-50 if the woman can, right? That's how I feel. I feel like once that man is your husband, it's his job to provide, lead, and protect. But you're not gonna get with the man and he has to like immediately provide. He has to get somewhere. The woman does have to help them get where they need to get. And so, where I feel like people do make mistakes, not that children are mistakes because they are not, but I feel like in relationships, when you get too excited before you're even married, they'll end up pregnant, having kids, which does make it harder for the man to do their job as providing, or like or not even providing, but like for the woman to help their man provide. So, I feel like mostly it's not all women because it's guys too, but like they'll be so excited, they'll get pregnant, have a baby, and then that leaves the girl to have to literally stay home either during their pregnancy or after the pregnancy, during like their postpartum process. So the guy's working, he's providing, but he's working whatever job he could get to provide. Instead of, let's just say, like a couple who doesn't have no babies. She's working, he's working, he could go to school or he could work on whatever he wants to be. You have to work to be a provider. But some girls just automatically want the man to be a provider, but he can't if you guys are not being responsible with your decisions. Because once you get a child involved, that makes it harder for the both of them. And then it kind of like forces a man to provide, to get whatever he could just get, whatever he could settle for. Because can you imagine, like now, right? But can you imagine getting into a relationship now and you got that girl pregnant now? You still have a lot to work for. You still have a lot to work on. You still have somewhere you need to be. If you have a baby, that's going to stop you from where you need to be able to be a provider for your wife, which I always say, don't let your girlfriend keep you from your wife. That can keep you from your wife one day because it's not going to work. You're not doing it the right way. That's how I feel.